Here is my journey through CRNA school. Keep watching. My name is Christine and welcome to a new video. If you're new here and you want to become a CRNA or grow your CRNA career, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss a thing. In this video, I'm going to discuss my journey through CRNA school, and I'm here to inspire you to become a CRNA, motivate you when you're in CRNA school about being a CRNA, as well as allow you to thrive as a CRNA student. To start off, when I got accepted into CRNA school, I was pregnant with my beautiful daughter Bella. So I remember going to orientation and being 9 months pregnant. And I remember my classmates were shocked. I remember they looked at my husband and they thought my husband was going to be the CRNA student. Long and behold, it was me. I was going to be the CRNA student, even though I was 9 months pregnant. My husband and I, we were totally on board. We communicated to each other that, this was the plan. We're going to have support of our family. And we took measures to prepare ourselves for school. Now, I'm not going to here to say to you that the road was smooth. It was definitely rocky. There were times where I remember, I said, I couldn't do this anymore. I was stressed. I was anxious. I felt like I was overwhelmed, but I kept reminding myself that this is all temporary and I know my future as a CRNA is going to be amazing. And now looking back on it as currently a CRNA that has many years of experience, it was well worth it. It was well worth all the sweat and tears, because now being a CRNA and practicing, I love it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. And I would do it all over again a million times. So I'm here to say to you that if I can do it, you can do it. And my journey was rough, yes. I still remember my first day of school and I was stressed, but the nice thing was that I had the support of my husband. So even though I went to orientation and I was pregnant, I had my daughter 6 days before I started school. So I still remember having a donut to sit on in school and actually rolling a suitcase with all my tons of books for schooling lecture. Another thing I would say is that I had the support of my professor and my director. Unbelievably, they were amazing. I mean, my professor and my director were amazing. They were there for me if I needed anything, even though I was stressed and had a family and a newborn. They made the program so family friendly and motivational that I knew that even though I was struggling at times or I felt like I was on fire, I had the support of my director and my professors, which is important. And I remember my second semester, so my first semester, I had more lectures. I had my pathophysiology, I had basics of anesthesia, I had some physics and biochemistry classes, etc. And it was mainly just lectures. Now my second semester had a combination of things. I had my lectures as well as I had clinicals 4 days a week. And so that was definitely a transition point for me. It was a lot. But at the same time, I had a lot of support that allowed me to succeed. I remember telling my husband at one point after the first couple of weeks of having lecture and having clinicals, I was like, honey, I can't do this anymore. It is too much. It is too hard. I don't know if I can succeed. My husband's like, there's no other option for you. We have to finish this program. You've told me before CRNA school all the benefits, all of the positives and negatives to go into school, as well as the career, how much I wanted to be a CRNA. And so he definitely brought me back into a point where he's like, hey, I know you're stressed right now, but at the same time, he was my rock. He held me strong. So definitely my second semester was rough, but at the same time, it was great because I actually got to see and practice as a CRNA. I got to look up to my preceptors, look up to my professors, and really understand the information I was learning as well as applying it in clinical practice. Now, a lot of the stuff you learn in clinicals are not from the book. There are techniques that are not written in a textbook that you need to see and practice, which was great. Honestly, a lot of that information helped me to be a CRNA now, because when you're in clinicals, you'll see things that you love and you're like, wow, I'm gonna incorporate X, Y, and Z into my clinical practice. While you'll see other things that you're like, I'm never gonna do that. That's just not for me, but I'm gonna take that content that that person taught me, apply it and try it out. But I know to myself that this is something that may not will work for me when I'm a CRNA. I may not apply that for myself. So that's the nice thing about having your clinical rotations, but also having that knowledge information from the textbook. So you definitely can see both sides of it. Then we transitioned as the program continued throughout the years. It became more clinical based. It was more clinical based information, as well as maybe once in a while you'd have a certain amount of classes that you would need to achieve. So I actually throughout my program was more of a combination approach program, but I felt that there are positives and negatives, of course, to different types of programs. A lot of programs nowadays that give you all the content up front, then you do clinicals strictly towards the end of the program. While there are some programs, while my program was more of an integrative approach. It had lectures and it had clinicals at the same time. So there are always positives and negatives to each one. It all depends on you. So these are important things when you are going to CRNA school, even applying to CRNA school. You want to know what type of program it is and see which is best for you, because not all programs will fit for you. So that's another thing you need to consider when you are considering being a CRNA student and your journey into being a CRNA. Now, I still remember when I was in school and being under a lot of stress and pressure, but at the same time, I felt that as the semesters continued to progress, I felt more confident in my practice. I felt more comfortable being a CRNA. I was like, wow, this is it. You know, this is amazing. And I just was like, I just had butterflies in my stomach when I was in clinical, because I knew that this was just a fit, you know, this was definitely what I saw myself doing. And so my journey was, of course, very difficult, but at the same time, it was beautiful, because I knew to myself that it's just going to be temporary, but permanently being a CRNA is going to be amazing. And now, towards the end of my program and succeeding and graduating, and I actually did very, very well in school. Another thing I can say with my journey in being CRNA school was I was very teamwork centered. I try to collaborate with my classmates, or maybe one or two classmates that I was really close with. We collaborated together and worked together as a team. And I definitely try to use a lot of my studying techniques. When I was in nursing school, I applied it into CRNA school, and I felt that helped me. I definitely have a video how to study like a pro in CRNA school. Click the link above and you could definitely watch that video, and I definitely feel that will help you when you're studying in CRNA school. So now continue my journey. I graduated, I passed my boards with flying colors, and then I practiced as a CRNA. My first couple of years as a CRNA, I worked in a level 1 trauma center. I had a broad range of clinical practice. And then I transitioned into more of a smaller community hospital. That was a better fit for me. So when you do become a CRNA, I definitely recommend looking at your journey and your progression, and definitely having a job when you start off that's going to give you a wide range of experience. And then if you do decide that you want to focalize or focus in on one specific area that you may love, you can do so. But I definitely recommend when you do become a CRNA and graduate to definitely give yourself options to do as much as you can, and then you can go ahead and focalize yourself in the future. Similar thing as being a nurse. When you were a nurse, when you graduated school, maybe you went into a med-surg unit or went right into the ICU. You want to get yourself a nice wide range of experience. And then maybe you said to yourself, you know what, maybe this is not for me. I want to move into another area. Same kind of thing falls in line when you're a CRNA. And being a CRNA practicing currently, I've definitely seen how it will benefit you in the future. So definitely think about those things when you are graduating as a CRNA, and as well as practicing as CRNA. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. And if you want to learn more about CRNAs and how to grow your CRNA career, definitely click one of these videos over here, and I'll see you in the next video.